Hey Aquarius, Pisces, welcome into your September astrology reading. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and being here as bouquet members. Please excuse my neighbor mowing his lawn if you can hear it. I've been feeling really moved to do your message here today, so we're going to try to get through it, okay? Divine Universe, thank you so much for cleansing my energy and tapping me into Aquarius, Pisces, cusp collective and placements for what they need to know in their astrology energy for September 2025. Now, I've tried to do your reading a few times here, Aquarius, Pisces. There is a lot happening when it comes to your resources. That's been the most consistent message. Resources, second house. Resources, second house, okay? So I don't know if you are considering a career move or a career shift, or something is shifting in your career, but it's in your second house, your possessions. You might be reevaluating or reviewing all that you have, seeing what you might be ready to let go of, kind of like a fall clean out happening here in September, okay? All right, let's get into it. What's guiding, supporting, and influencing Aquarius, Pisces, cusp placements for September? Yeah, you got the 12th house, introspection, okay? With Capricorn and achieve, yeah, you're reviewing all the things that you've achieved up to this point. It did kind of feel like a graceful bow out. Like, are you done with something? Are you ready to move on? Are you ready to leave something behind when it comes to career? Like, did you achieve all that you set out to achieve? Okay, maybe that's under review, or you're thinking heavily about that in September. What have I done? Have I done enough? Okay. Do I need to do more? Yeah, you might be very sensitive right now in the month of September. Okay, yeah. And any sensitivity is showing you what needs to still be healed within you. Okay, you got the 9th house and exploration. Don't be afraid to explore new avenues, new things. And I can't make it up. It keeps coming out. This second house and resources. New ways of creating financial stability or material wealth for yourself. Did you achieve all that you set out to achieve? Okay, with Mars and in motion. And cultivate, right. And passion, or are you still passionate about something? Are you still willing to put in the work with this Taurus energy in the second house to cultivate that passion? Okay, or is there a new passion that's coming online for you that you're ready to set in motion, that you're ready to put some real energy behind? Okay, so maybe there's something you put on the back burner for a while that you're ready to put on your front burner now, or pour your focus into. Maybe you had to step away from it to heal some things, to explore new avenues, new resources, new ways of making or creating financial abundance for yourself. Okay. Tell me more about this introspection with the 12th house. Maybe there's a part of you that feels like you're not done, or there's still more to do. Queen of Swords. Yeah, maybe you're being very critical towards yourself. Like, I could have done more, or I need to do more, or I can't just let this go, or I can't give up. Tell me more. What's this Capricorn and achieving? The High Priestess. Yeah, it's like deep down you know there's still more to achieve. Tower, but what would have to crumble in order for that to happen? Mars energy. What would have to be set in motion? What comforts would you have to break up with in order to set that in motion? That passion, it feels like it's coming back to. King of Swords and the Queen of Swords being out here. Yeah, Fool in reverse. Maybe you're making the decision that you're not ready for something new. King of Wands. Clarify. The Sun and the Ace of Wands. Yeah. One more. Thank you. And the Page of Cups. Your heart is still in something. Seven of Cups, but it's confusing. What do I love? What do I want to do? Clarify, Queen of Swords. Maybe there's a lot of decisions that have to be made. Devil energy with the star that came out. Yeah, it's like maybe you burnt out on something here, Aquarius, Pisces, and you're trying to figure out if you want to re-spark it with that Ace of Wands. Do you have the energy to with the Sun? Because if you do, it's like maybe you want to be creative with it. Maybe it feels like some sort of creative flow isn't necessarily flowing the way it used to, and or how can you cultivate that flow again with this Taurus energy? Or maybe there's been some sort of separation with some sort of inspiration, or yeah, maybe you feel uninspired by something that used to inspire you or used to motivate you or used to make you very creative, but it's like there's a block on that, or it's just not the same. Something's changed. Temperance at the bottom. Clarify the Tower. Thank you. And the Chariot, yeah. Two of Pentacles kind of wanting to come out in reverse here. It's like you don't want to make the wrong choice or decision, or you don't want to make a decision or choice that's out of alignment. So being in alignment could be a new focus for you in September, and maybe even beyond it. Maybe there was a lot, because I was getting a lot of like ego in previous readings I was trying to do for you for September. So maybe all that you achieved from a space of ego, for self, for vanity, and not in a negative or a derogatory way, but just because that's what you wanted, it's like no longer appealing, or there's no longer that spark or motivation to do that. Now it's more or less about what's really in alignment with you. But having to kind of navigate that alignment could be new. It's not wanting to do something that's outside of the protection of the divine with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And the Hangman, yeah. And Temperance back out here, King of Wands. Okay. Maybe you're finding your spark or your inspiration here. Six of Cups, yeah, reconnecting with something that really does mean a lot to you, and or something that's healing. It's like, if I go back to this, I want it to be from a healed space. I did a lot from an unhealed space. Now I want to move in that direction. So follow that creative force, whatever it might be. Yeah, because that's what's going to bring you the most balance. Clarify the Page of Cups under this Taurus energy. Ten of Cups, right. Because ultimately, there's maybe more people to think about, more to consider now from this. So you've grown, you're aging, you're maturing. And from this mature space, it's like, okay, I want different things, or I have different things to think about. Maybe there's now children in the mix. So it's like, okay, I can't just move from my selfish ego of saying this is what I want. I got to consider other people. Like, what does this mean for my connection and relationship to those that are important to me? Because now you maybe have family. I don't know. It's like there seems like there's been some sort of life advancement, personal life advancement, but there's still this call to something that you're very passionate about. But it's like, how do I maintain and how do I manage all of that? How do I get re-inspired? So maybe you are going to find some sort of inspiration with the King of Wands, the Sun, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, that's going to make you want to cultivate new things, or you might figure out a way to handle or juggle everything. But as of maybe where I'm catching you in this energy, the pathway to that juggling or maintaining all that's on your plate seems a bit blurry or a bit more difficult. But it's all a matter of perspective with the Hangman, okay? And your ability to be patient, your ability to fight back those feelings that tell you that you're not strong enough. Because interestingly enough, in this particular strength card, this is our new tarot deck, by the way, for the astrology series. It's the Zodiac Tarot. Elemental energies in this deck, after reviewing it and working with it for a little bit, not all the way accurate, but nonetheless, it's still a beautiful deck. But you see how the lion is kind of towering over the feminine energy, or the empress, or the high priestess, however you would want to say it, or however you identify the maiden here, or the feminine force in this card. Typically, it's the other way around, right? It's the feminine on top of the lion, holding the lion's mouth or guarding it down. But this lion is giving her a hug. So it's like an embracing your passions, embracing a bit more of that raw power that you have. Could go a long way, could really do some good. Yeah, or maybe that's what you miss with the 5 of Cups. Yeah, maybe that's what you miss. Clarify here. Man, the sun was out. Now it's getting a little shady, okay? Let me make sure I do a frame check right quick. It's about to rain. Oh, hold on. That's all the way out of view. I apologize, y'all. Okay. Okay. My bad about that. Okay. All right, let me make this quick before it gets too dark out. Yeah. With the Ace of Swords, yeah. So I'm clarifying something here for you for September. 3 of Swords. Right. I think that there is some sort of... yeah, especially if this was like a creative endeavor for you. Maybe you did a lot from a space of disappointment and heartbreak and pain. Just for an example, like music, right? Maybe a lot of your best songs or a lot of your best work came from troubling times. And now that you're in the 10 of Cups, now that everything's kind of good and happy, you don't have that same kind of force behind getting out that creative energy. But maybe, again, it's just a matter of perspective, okay? And maybe, you know, the truth is that you have changed. You are different. And so now you need different things. What once was fulfilling to you might not be all the way fulfilling anymore. And that's okay. All right? Yeah. This is one of the cards that is incorrect. The night energies are air elements. They're not fire. Fire belongs to the kings. Okay? And earth belongs to the pages. So yeah, this is a little, and they make the pages air in this deck. It's a little off, but that's okay. Again, sorry. But yeah, it's like, it's okay to feel differently about something that once was a big source of creative flow for you. Like, again, with this healing in Chiron, explore the feeling of being the Empress, being that abundant, or, oh, you got the Empress and the Emperor. 9 of Pentacles, yeah. It's like you still have something, like, let's just keep it in the realm of like songwriting or music or writing or whatever creative force it is. It could be dance, it could be movement, art. You still have a voice, okay? You could do content creation, whatever the case may be. Like, you still have a voice, you still have something to share. You have to fall in love with it first. You have to kind of find your footing in it first and give yourself that time, Aquarius, Pisces, okay? Yeah, you got the Page of Swords. I feel like maybe there was even like a relationship that was something that you really I can't make it up. The 2 of Cups, I was feeling that. It's like some sort of connection was a driving force for something, and now that that connection no longer exists or has shifted or has changed or, you know, is no longer available or in alignment with you, you might miss it. You might miss it more than you're willing to admit right now, and that's okay. That's okay. Be mindful, though, of like returning to some sort of past energy, okay? Be mindful of that. Clarify. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles, because it's done for a reason. It's reached its ceiling for a reason. It peaked for a reason. Yeah, there's something about a pentacle. Like P-I-N-N-A-C-L, the pinnacle, the peak of something. Five of Wands. Yeah, I think if you were to go back, it would cause more conflict, more challenges than needed and necessary. So just, I get that. I think you're missing some sort of passion in your life. Maybe that passion was in a relationship and it's like been hard to find someone to match that energy with. So it's almost putting you in a position to think you want something from your past when maybe you really don't. You just need to rediscover or redefine what passion is for you. I'm also getting a message that somebody could be moving on, and you might be watching someone move on, and that could also be heartbreaking. Or someone's watching you move on or watched you move on. It's like, I don't know. Okay, this is interesting energy. I don't know if somebody's emotions for you was fueling something, or somebody's emotions for you might have been fueling something. And I don't know why I keep getting this for this part of the chart, but I would just say it. It's like that energy of, again, if this is a relationship that's dead and gone or moved on, or, you know, in your past, it's the feeling of having someone be obsessed with you. Kind of like, in a way, knowing that, or maybe in your mind, or having the perception that, oh, it's never going to get better for this particular ex or this particular person. I'm the best that they're going to have, whatever. Maybe that's how someone felt towards you. Like, oh, you'll never find anybody better than me. And then you do, or they do. And not in the sense of better, but more aligned. I think this is a part of you, Aquarius, Pisces, that has to reconcile that something was not in alignment. Although it might have been passionate, although it might have been, again, the motion or the motivating force behind something, or, you know, it's weird sometimes when we carry that chip on our shoulder or that resentment in our heart, and it leads us and fuels us to do certain things. When we actually heal it, or that energy is no longer accessible, or we're no longer connected to it in the way we once were, it feels like a big loss. But it leaves room for you to face what's there, okay? So maybe this is a season of facing what's left behind from something that used to be a source of fuel and motivation, but no longer serves your highest, greatest good, so you gotta kind of deal with it. Yeah, it's like, it's so easy to I'm not gonna say it's easy to manifest, but it's easy to be motivated when you feel like you got something to prove. I got to prove that I was the best option for that person. I got to prove that their life will never be better without me. Again, I don't know if this is someone towards you or you towards someone. Take it as it resonates. No judgment here. I get it. Everybody got an ego. Everybody has their thing. But I feel like, Aquarius, Pisces, now that that's no longer the case, now that that no longer serves your highest good, what are you passionate about now? Where else can you, first and foremost, heal and receive what isn't, right? Whatever that chip was, like I say, get some dip and eat that chip, and then find a new source of inspiration, that Ace of Wands. Maybe this is also a part of like a toxic relationship cycle that's healing. And, you know, sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves that we were enjoying the toxicity to some degree, or it made it fun to be with that toxic person, or to be toxic in a relationship or a connection with somebody. I don't think we are honest enough with ourselves about those phases of our lives. And I think maybe this is the time to be. Okay, I'm losing daylight fast. I think this is a time to be very honest, and again, let that pain go. Let that pain go. And learn what you need to learn from it. If you haven't learned anything yet, or if you're still learning things from it, continue to learn from it. But also try to find new motivations, new sparks. Because you got the 10 of Cups. It's like, I don't know. It's, yeah, I get it. It is like an artist in a way. It seems to be easier to create when you're in pain than when you're happy. Because when you're in pain, you want to get that energy out of you. And so that becomes some of the most beautiful art that we get from artists, right? When they're suffering. But when you're no longer suffering, can you still make beautiful things? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But maybe this is a part of you that might have been addicted to suffering for the sake of the art, or the sake of the passion, or the sake of the creative process. Maybe this is a part of you really owning your shadow, you know? And I think once you do, that's going to bring you in such a better balance, and you'll be able to access new creativity from that space of joy. It's okay to be happy, Aquarius, Pisces. It's okay to be happy, all right? Let's go ahead. Oh my goodness. So dark. Okay, no, that's not that bad. It just looks dark on my end, but let's get some ending messages. So what is the truth? What's coming and healing for Aquarius, Pisces once this Ace of Swords and Ace of Wands shows in? How do they get justice around the Ace of Wands? Oh yeah, what does justice look like? What does justice look like? Arnica and teacher? Yeah. Learn. That's what I mean. Learning from this experience. Learning from what you haven't healed yet. Okay. Trust. Yeah. Because that's what it seems like. This is all you have, a trusting to 2 of Cups, a 10 of Cups. Like, you're no longer in that scorned space. But maybe there's a part of you that misses the scorned you, because again, what that scorned version of you created or was able to achieve. But empower the you that's happy, because they can still do great things. Aquarius, Pisces. Yeah, patience. Be patient with your healing process. Okay? Be patient with this transition that you're going through. Yeah, the Anima Mundi. The world energy. Clarify what else is coming through. Rebirth. Yeah, ayahuasca. This is a chance to rebirth or reinvent yourself, Aquarius, Pisces, in a way that is more true to you and not so heavy in that devil energy and weighed down and hurt. Okay? Yeah, because something's completed. Whatever that energy was, it's done. It's done. And I think maybe the fact that you're a little sad about it could also be triggering a bit. Hold on one second. Okay. Could be a little triggering. But it's time to weave in these new lessons that you learned from these experiences, from your past. And allow yourself to be reborn. You don't have to be the same person. Allow a new you to show up this month. Okay, tell me more about what's being woven. I wanted to say weaved. Yeah, and transfiguration again, like I said, transforming. Be patient with this process. Because I almost feel like that 3 of Swords is a little unexpected. Like you feel the energy difference between the versions of yourself. Like you feel this new version of you. And maybe this is something that's closing in a major way. So it's like, it's very obvious or apparent that, again, whatever that energy cycle was, that where you were hurt, it's like you're no longer in there. Let the tears fall, okay? It's okay. Yeah, I keep wanting to say it. It's okay to be a different person. It's okay to be renewed. It's okay to be happy. Find new ways of creating through that happiness rather than seeking out the toxicity or seeking out the pain. And again, it's maybe some of y'all are artists in some sort of way. That's such a big trope with artists, because again, they make some of their best work through that pain and through that struggle. But that doesn't have to be forever. You don't have to go out of your way to create pain and struggle just to create good things. You can create beautiful things from happiness. And maybe that's what you're learning. Okay? Yeah, you got the commune and the initiation. That's what you're being initiated into. How can you create from a space of joy and contentment as opposed to pain and sorrow and longing? Although maybe, again, maybe that's your favorite place to be in, or again, it's what makes you feel like an artist. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you're not an artist, but this could just be a pattern that it's a part of you that's still seeking attachment to something that's not in alignment with you or was never really in alignment with you. You got a lot of major cycles closing out here, Aquarius, Pisces. And again, allow yourself to grieve them as you need to, but allow yourself to also be initiated into the completions that you're ready for. Okay? Alrighty, my love. We're going to end it here before I lose any more light. I love you all so very much, and I really do hope that this serves you well throughout September. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you in our next one. Namaste.